Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with another review for you. This time we're talking episode 4 of season 1 of Star Wars Rebels, called Fight or Flight. And this is an okay episode. It's generally just meant to be a bit of a fun romp and to sort of really flesh out the relationship between Ezra and Zeb. So, it's very much like, hey, let's have a young Luke Skywalker hang out with Chewbacca, and we can understand what Chewbacca is saying. Basically, is kind of the idea that's going on here. So before we get into that, let's talk really briefly about the other members of the Ghost crew. And one thing that I've kind of forgotten to mention that has popped up in the series is how they kind of try to make the point of calling each other, Ghost One, Ghost Two, and whatnot when they're out in the field. And of course, this is pretty much a sensible thing because you don't want to go shouting each other's real names around when you're trying to fight the Empire. And this is something that's kind of very well. Again, it's just sort of a standard practice among people doing sort of things like this. Like military people all over the world do this, and it's a staple of the X-wing novels in the Star Wars universe. I'm actually finishing up X-wing Mercy Kill, which is in fact really, really good. My friend back in college used to rave about the X-wing series books, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Uh, for me, when I want a Star Wars story, I generally want Jedi and Sith fighting. But I finally sat down and read this one, and it is indeed quite good. So anyway, with that said, we get to see a little bit more of Chopper's personality this episode. Him screwing around with Zeb and Ezra, and Chopper being described as a cat is, in fact, I think a really nice way of looking at it. One of my cats is a little on the grumpy side, so I see more than a little of her in Chopper. Not a huge amount to say about what's going on with Kanan this episode. He's kind of just sort of in the background for the most part. Hera, we do get to see a little bit of her playful side when she sends Zeb and Ezra basically on what is essentially a snipe hunt. But I can't talk. That aside, she does sort of continue to play the team mom role, and she does that well. We also get to see a little bit more of Sabine and how obviously the whole art thing with her is a big deal. That's been very clear since the very beginning. But here we sort of get to see, I think, that goofy little thing that she makes in Zeb and Ezra's room, I think is the first really strong indicator in my book, where we get something that's, basically kind of not really propaganda against the Empire. It's a little bit more of her real personality shining through, and this is a very light-hearted episode in general, so that was a good one. We also get to see Ezra in trying to flirt with her a little bit, and I do like that Sabine's reaction to all of that is just kind of pretend that she doesn't even notice what he's trying to do, and honestly, that's probably, I think, for the best. When you're when you're a 14-year-old guy, and yeah, you're interested in girls, but it kind of dawns on you have no real idea how to talk to girls. You don't, and you're very much in the case of, well, okay, what do I do? I don't know. I have no idea how to talk to girls. Well, of course, the thing you do is you try and copy guys you've seen on TV, and that generally tends to go about as well as copying people on TV in real life would. And all you can really hope to do in that situation is that you're going to be trying this on a girl who's willing to let you down gently, or kind of in Sabine's case, is just sort of brush it off and hope that it dawns on you what a complete and utter fool you've been making of yourself. And oh boy, folks, when that moment comes, it's just like, ugh. It's well, it's the sort of thing that you will basically end up wincing about whenever you think of it for the rest of your life. But, such are the trials of adolescence. We also get to see some more of the Empire going around being jerks. And what I really love is just how incredibly petty the Empire is. It's just like the classic, they're shaking down merchants for basically pocket change in the early episodes. Here, they're like, Sell us your farm. No. Oh, well, the tank says you'll sell us your farm, which apparently farms on Lohan apparently go from the same designs as farms on Tatooine, apparently, despite them being farms in completely different biomes on different planets. Yikes. Yeah, so this sort of feels like this is probably like the like ordering those homes off of the internet. That's like some big old truck will just pull up and like plop a house down. You ever seen like those things where people like cars? I mean, big old trucks driving literally a house down the road. I have a feeling these farms are kind of built on that thing. It's like the old timey Sears catalog in space sort of thing. And if you actually understand what that is, like me, you are probably disturbingly old, at least compared to the target audience for this show, anyway. Yep. Anyway, the main thing here is just Zeb and Ezra getting into trouble and us having a good old time watching them screw with the Empire and help out the little guy. And it's, again, I said it's a fun romp. We get a lot of cute moments. We see that stormtroopers can still not shoot for complete and utter crap. And there's just my nice moments where like the stormtroopers realize like, hey, we're stormtroopers. A kid's slingshot is not going to hurt us. And that really great line, you did all of this for fruit? There are also some nice little Star Wars moments, like Ezra trying to use the Force at the beginning of the episode, and then he even does the classic Jedi mind trick thing with his fingers, unintentionally, when he actually manages to use telekinesis. And we also even get him the Jedi bad feeling ability, so we can kind of add telekinesis, Force jump, and danger sense to Ezra's Force abilities. And actually, I'm a big fan of the Star Wars Saga Edition tabletop RPG. I had quite a bit of fun playing that, and one of the abilities you can even take as a Jedi is sort of that. And actually, no, I take that back. Even characters who aren't Jedi can take this thing called bad feeling, where you can kind of get like a little bit of a sense of something bad is going to happen. Like the guy running the game won't tell you they won't tell you exactly what you sense. You just have the feeling that you're walking into a bad situation, and it's actually quite cool. And if you like tabletop RPGs, that's one that it has been discontinued. Someone else has the Star Wars license now. Sorry, car going by. And but dig those books out, because if you want to play a Star Wars game with your friends, that's a really good one to use. I had loads of fun with my smuggler and my doctor guy who became a pirate captain. That was a blast. Anyway, let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, one thing though, like, did you notice when Ezra helps the farmer? Like, he saves the farmer's wife, and an alien guy. I think that might have been an Aqualish. I can't remember. I can never remember the name of that species. I just always kind of call them like the guys who look like they have a butt for a mouth. But anyway, you notice like the three of them jump off the thing while they're still wearing handcuffs, and then either the farmer or his wife must be incredibly resourceful, because somehow when we see them next time, they've managed to get the handcuffs off, and the alien guy is nowhere to be seen. Guess he smashed his head on a rock and died in that field. Bummer for him. And I love how they kind of just like the farmer and his wife wave at the TIE fighter as it flies off, and then we see it sort of leave the old man and his wife, fugitives from the Empire with no home to go back to. Guess somebody's gonna be building a shack out of garbage in Tarkin Town pretty soon. And the farmer and his wife now have a happy ending. Fugitives and living in a shantytown. Yay! And I was actually slightly disappointed that Ezra and Zeb didn't like try and track down the arms dealer guy that we'd seen previously and go like, "Hey, dude, you want to buy a TIE fighter?" But then again, considering that the TIE fighter was very much being sought after by the Empire, that probably wasn't a very practical plan. So the idea of, yeah, let's just crash the thing, that was probably the best thing they could have done. So let's see. Anything else? Nope. All in all, just kind of an episode where we just go out there and we have a little bit of fun. We get to know the characters. And oh yeah, I definitely did get a kick out of seeing Kanan play the classic game that they had on the Millennium Falcon. There's a name for that in Star Wars, but I cannot remember for me what the life of it is. It's I can only remember the card games like Pazak and stuff. So yeah, guys, again, just another solid, good episode of the series. And I'm definitely looking forward to more. So until next time, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter. Oh, excuse me. @Hoosier Jedi. Until next time, take care and have a good one.